morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Susan, and we're going to do a nice little chair yoga class today. All right, so just find yourself a nice comfortable chair. I've just got a nice wooden chair here, so something nice and sturdy, all right? And whenever you decide to do a class, try and find a nice quiet place. You can have music in the background if you want, but try to step away from everything. So there's no distractions, phone ringing and things like that. Sometimes I know it's hard to do that, but just trying to find a nice quiet place where you can slow things down, all right? So first of all, I want you to sit back in your chair. Kind of sit back and relax. Ankle and knees are nice and lined up. So now I'm just going to go through the breathing as I do every time I do these classes because you never know, there's some new people as well. So the breathing is in through the nose, out through the nose. It's called diaphragmic breathing. So what I'd like you to try and do is you're going to inhale completely. Always try and hold your breath for a couple of seconds and then exhale completely. Always through the nose, all right? So just try and relax, listen to your body, do what feels right for you. If something we do is not going to feel good, it'll be really uncomfortable or cause you pain, please think about it before you try it. There's room in everything we do to make little adjustments to find a comfortable place for you. And if you can't do it, don't worry about it, all right? I'll show you a nice place you can go to, a neutral position. All right, so again, I'm going to cue you when you're breathing. I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when we move. We always move on the exhale, all right? So just try and relax, okay? And if you want to close your eyes, you can do that too, okay? So again, I want you to sit back in your chair and just relax. So every class we start with a couple of minutes of breathing, of pranayama. And every week or every different class I choose a different mudra, a different hand gesture, all right? If it's not something that you're interested in doing, just put your hands on your lap and you can breathe that way, all right? So that being said, today we're going to sit in Surya Mudra, and that's your ring finger. All right, which means health, energy, intuition, sexuality, and change. Connected with your thumb, which represents your ego. Together, tip to tip, palm up. Sitting back in your chair, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and let's take a nice breath together. Inhale. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Just relax those shoulders, just breathe. Now's the time to drop your day, to settle your mind, and to set an intention for your practice today, focusing on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. For one more breath. And on the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands together. Now, at this point, I want you to sit nice and tall in your chair. So again, being aware of your posture, and I want you to rub your hands vigorously, activate your hand chakra. Hands on your heart center, close your eyes. And let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune out. Inhale. One more big breath. And on the next exhale, I'd like you to drop 3 fingers, index fingers stay together. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say one more thing about the breathing. I will cue you on your breath. When I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when we move. We always move on the exhale. So that being said, take a big breath. And on the exhale, if you can, let's reach all the way up, right up to the ceiling. Now, if this bothers your arms or shoulders, you can bring your arms down a bit lower if that's easier for you. Let's wake up that body, release, lengthen that spine, breathing into Jupiter Mudra. Focus on the sensations of the breath. Every breath you take is long and smooth, so try not to hold your breath. One more. Now, on the exhale, I'd like you to put your hands together. We're going to do a seated half moon salute. So we're going to lean to the right, so take a breath. And if you can, on the exhale, just lean. You don't have to go far. Now as you're leaning, try to keep your body nice and straight. So what I mean is you're not like this, you're not all twisted and crooked, as best you can. And just go as far as comfortable. Make sure you don't come off the chair though. One more breath. On the exhale, come up slowly. Use your abdominal muscles to help you move. Take your breath. And if you can, on the exhale, lean to the left. You don't have to go far. Just go a little bit. Whatever you can manage. All right? So you don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to force your body to do anything. Exhale, come up slowly. Inhale, release your arms. Keep them up a little bit longer. Now I'd like you to reach up to the ceiling. If you can lean back and do a bit of a back bend if that's good for you. If not, don't worry about it. Stay here. Reach. One more big breath. On the exhale, bring the arms down slowly and carefully in case your arms are tired. Hands on the outside of the knees. We're going to do a forward fold. This one here, be careful. On the exhale, I want you to slide forward. If you find coming down too low makes you dizzy, come up a little higher. This is a forward fold. Just slide your hands down the outside of your calves to the ankle if you can. Round your back, bow your head, round your shoulders. This is a really nice, beautiful release. Lengthening of the spine, the muscles up and down your back, your shoulders, called a forward fold. If this is uncomfortable, come out right out of it. Don't be shy. One more breath. On the next exhale, come up slowly. Use nice and strong, very slowly so you don't get dizzy, all the way up. Perfect. Hands on the knees and roll the shoulders out. Roll them out. Very gently roll them out. All right, so again, sitting nice and tall, always being aware of your posture as best you can. So we're going to start with a nice, gentle neck stretch. So here again, we're going to do it nice and slow and gentle. If you have issues with your neck, your upper spine, or anything, just be very careful. You don't have to do it, of course. So sitting nice and tall, just relax your hands on your lap, take a breath. And on the exhale, all I want you to do is turn your head gently to the left. You don't have to go far, so very gentle release for the little tiny muscles on the right side of the neck. They're called scalene muscles. So release them. When you hold tension in your shoulders, usually it ends up into your neck, migrates up to your neck as well. One more breath. On the exhale, bring your head and your face to center. Now take a breath, and if you can, tilt your head back just very gently. Releasing the throat. Relax those shoulders, breathe. One more big breath. And on the exhale, if you can, bring your head very, very slowly to center. So the next one, we're going to turn our head to the right. So big breath, and on the exhale, look gently to the right. Relax your shoulders, breathe. Focus, concentrate on exactly what you're doing. The rest of your body's relaxed and calm. On the exhale, come to center slowly. Let's do one more. We're just going to bow your head very gently. On the exhale, just bow your head carefully. Releasing the back of the neck, the top of the cervical spine. And as you release those little muscles, it really helps to increase the oxygenation to your brain, beautiful fresh blood flow into your brain, helping with your memory, your decision making, your thought process. One more breath. Exhale, come up very, very slowly. All right, lovely. Let's do a shoulder shrug now. Take your breath. And on the exhale, I want you to bring the shoulders up and hug your ears as tight as you can. Squeeze, squeeze. This is a nice, easy, quick way to release the tension we hold in our upper body and our shoulders. One more breath. On the exhale, let them go. Just let them fall. All right, now I want you to roll them out again. Very slow. See if you're starting to notice a bit of a difference. Just letting it go, releasing everything. We tend to hold a lot of tension into our upper bodies and into our neck as well. So let's really start releasing it and roll. And the more you roll the shoulders, the better they feel. So do this. We're going to do this a few times together. But just think about doing this during the day. You know, it really feels so good. And it also increases circulation in the upper body. All right, so let's continue on from here. So we're going to do a shoulder stretch. All right, so what I'd like you to do is bring your arm out. Left hand on the right elbow. Let me show you first. All we're going to do is you're going to pull your arm gently. Now here again, depending on how your shoulder feels. If some people like to come up here, do it, or here, or down here. whatever feels the best. And when you pull on your elbow, you don't have to yank on it, you pull on gentle. Ready? On the next exhale, gently start slowly. Give your body time to release and relax. And if this is as far as you can go, stay here. You're still getting a nice stretch. Some people want to go a little further. Whatever works for you. And if you want to put your right hand on your shoulder and basically give yourself a hug while you're here, you can do that too. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release. All right, let's go to this side. Right hand on the left elbow. And again, decide on what feels good for you. Start slowly. Don't have to be too fast. And I know my shoulder gives me a little grief sometimes, so I like to do it up here. That's for me. And I pull gently. So that's what I mean by making adjustments. Making just a slight adjustment in the moves that you make sometimes makes all the difference. Maybe it's a bit more comfortable for you, or it's something you can manage. And feel that beautiful release. One more breath. Exhale slowly, come back to center. And I want you to bring your arms all the way down, all the way. Roll them out a little more if you need to, roll them out. All right, so this is our mountain Tadasana. So this is a neutral place. So sitting nice and tall again, being aware of your posture. Let your arms hang, just let them hang. And we're gonna stay here for 4 breaths. This is a place you can come anytime during our class. For any reason, if you want to stop or something doesn't feel good or you really don't know what you're doing or you don't want to do it, you can come here and stay here as long as you want. But this is an opportunity for you to breathe, really focus on the breath. This would be considered a static position. So I want you to feel that breath. Feel your chest rise as you inhale. Always trying to hold it for a couple of seconds and exhale completely. Perfect, one more breath. All right, lovely. Hands on the lap. Now, we're going to do a nice little move called an eagle arm flow. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to add the legs a little bit today too. So I'm going to show you the position. I'm going to give you 2 ways to do this particular move. And then you can decide what's going to work for you. This one is basically a really nice release and stretch for the forearms, wrist, hands, and fingers. So first of all, I'm going to position my legs. If you can keep your legs like this, or if you want, cross the right ankle over the left. That's it. All right, now coming back to the arms. I'm going to show you the actual position and I'll show you a modified version. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my hands back to back. Right hand over the left, I'm lacing my fingers together very loosely and I'm going to roll them in and I'm going to rest my hands on my chest. That's it. Now if this is really going to not work for you for any reason, all I want you to do is keep your hands in Namaste prayer pose. Okay? You do it that way too. So if you can, right ankle over the left, right foot over the left ankle, arms out, right hand over the left, loose grip, roll it in, hands on your chest. Ready? Inhale. On the exhale, all I want you to just look up to the ceiling. Keep your hands resting on your chest. One more breath. On the next exhale, I want you to bow your head, round your shoulders. If you can, elbows on your lap. If you can't reach, just bow your head a little bit. Go as far as comfortable. Rounding your back. One more breath. Exhale, come up very, very slowly. Release, just move your hands a little bit away from your chest. Take a breath. On the exhale, I want you to look to the right. Bring the hands and the arms a little bit just to the left, slightly. And this one here again, you can feel a nice little stretch into your back doing this. Very gently, of course. One more breath. Exhale, come to center. We're going to do the opposite. On the next exhale, look to the left. Bring the arms and the hands to the right. I'm not going very far, so you don't have to go too deep. Follow the breath. Get a little rhythm going with your breathing. On the exhale, coming back to center slowly. Perfect. All right, now I want you to untangle the fingers, untangle the hands, release the ankles, and just kind of shake them out a little bit if you need to, because we're going to do it again. Roll the shoulders out if you have to. Let's try it again. So if you want to keep your legs the way they are, that's fine. If you'd like to cross the left ankle over the right, you can do that. That would be called eagle legs, as a matter of fact. Let's try it again. Left hand over the right, lace the fingers together loosely, roll them in. Hands on your chest, take a breath. On the exhale, look up. can smile while you're breathing. Happy to be here today. Smile and breathe. One more big breath. On the exhale, if you can, bow your head, round your shoulders, round your back, and if you can, just rest your elbows slightly on your lap. One more breath. Exhale, come up very, very slowly. Release the hands just a little bit away from your chest. Take a breath. On the exhale, look to the right. Bring your arms and your hands to the left, just a little bit. Relax your legs, relax your shoulders. Breathe. One more breath. On the next exhale, bring the hands to center. Take your breath. Exhale, look to the left. Bring the arms a little bit to the right. One more breath. Exhale, center. Okay, we're done. Release the hands, and I want you to bring your arms all the way down, and you can untangle your legs if that's the case. Roll the shoulders a little more. Okay, so this one here, what we just did, the eagle arm flow, is specifically again for the forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Now let's stretch them out a little bit more. So I want you to keep your arms down like this. Hands, fingers are open, bend at the wrist, and slightly turn out to the baby finger. That's it. So now what we're doing is getting a really lovely, deep, gentle stretch for the extensor muscles on the top of the forearm, the wrist, the hands, and the fingers. One more breath. On the exhale, palms to ceiling, bend the elbows. Right fingertips press back the left one gently. Relax those shoulders. Now you're pressing back gently to get a very nice little stretch for the hand, wrist, and right here, flexor muscles. So the stretches you do don't have to be intense. Like I said earlier, you don't have to be aggressive. Let's try the other side. On the next exhale, left fingertips pressing back gently. Concentrate, focus on exactly what you're doing, the part of the body you're working with. The rest of your body's calm and relaxed. And from here, let's release. Hands on the lap. Okay, so just relax your hands and fingers. Let's do a little finger exercise now. So what we're going to do here is you're going to lift each finger up and down. That's it. All right, so just get as much movement as comfortable. Keep your hands on your lap though. Sitting tall, shoulders are relaxed. Shall we go? Starting with your thumb, follow the rhythm of the breath. You're going to inhale, bring the thumb up, and exhale down. And go to each finger. So it's very important that we pay attention to each individual finger, releasing the tight muscles, the nerves, the blood vessels in each finger, into the hand as well. And lubricating those little joints. A lot of people have issues with their hands and fingers, so it's so important. Just do what you can. Don't worry about how much you move them, but see if you can coordinate a little breathing with moving the fingers. Perfect. And once you get back to your thumb, I'll give you an extra couple of seconds. I know sometimes I go a little fast. Now, if you can, bring your hands up. All I want you to do is stretch them out. Stretch them out. Visualize you've got strings pulling your fingers up to the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to go a little deeper now. I want you to get into a claw. So let's create a little tension. Relax your shoulders, just the hands and fingers now. From here into a fist, a tight fist, as tight as you can go. Remember, you're clenching your fist, I should say, not your arms, not your shoulders, just the fist. Now let's let it go. Let them hang and roll them around gently, slowly. And if you want, you can play a little piano as you roll them around. Now here you can go fast or slow, whatever feels good for you. Move them around, play a little piano. And then from here, you can shake them out. Shake them out. Release those hands and fingers. Perfect. Okay, we're good. Roll the shoulders out, roll them out. Okay, so we're going to go right into our spine now, a little bit, okay? So we're going to start with a nice gentle twist pose. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to give you 4 different positions for your legs, all right? So let me go through them all first, and then you can decide what's going to work for you. So basically what you're going to do is take your left hand, put it on the right knee. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of holding on to the side of the chair a bit, and I'm just going to look over the right shoulder. So again, this is working your spine, so be very gentle and careful, especially if you have issues with your back or your spine. This is one position. If you want, you can cross the right ankle over the left. Hands in the same position. If you'd like to try this, you can do it this way. Or if you want to go a little further and get into our seated pigeon like this. All right? So you can decide where you want to put your legs. It doesn't really matter where the legs are. We are focusing on our spine. So take a second, decide where you want to go with your, I'm going to stay in this position here. Left hand still goes on the right knee, right hand on the side of the back of the chair a little bit. Ready? Take a breath. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Now again, start slowly. If it feels really good and you want to go further, push on your right knee to the left. Or if you have to come out of it, come right out of it. You know what feels good for you. I don't know your body, you do. So find a place that you can manage, but keep an eye on that breath. The breath should be consistent. One more. On the exhale, slowly come to center. Let's release the leg carefully. All right, shall we try the other side? So again, if you want to keep your legs where they are, right hand on left knee, left hand on the side, back of the chair. You can cross the left ankle over the right. You can bring your leg up here, do it this way. This is a nice stretch for your thigh and your hip. Or if you want to go a little further into the seated pigeon, this is a really deep stretch for the knee and the hip, so be careful with this one here. Or you can do it this way. I'm going to stay in this position here, all right? So whatever works for you, right hand on left knee, take your breath. And on the exhale, look over the left shoulder now. Keep your back straight, relax those shoulders, and just breathe. Even in the twist pose, the breath is exactly the same. Let's focus on releasing our spine, keeping it strong and balanced and supple and flexible. Releasing the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles up and down your spine. One more breath. Exhale, slowly come to center, carefully. All right, let's untangle those legs. Lovely. Roll the shoulders out, roll them out. Okay, so still, let's do one more for our spine. Let's do our cat and our cow. So again, sitting nice and tall, again, always being aware of your posture. Ankle and knees are nice and lined up so you can relax your legs. All right, let me show you first. I'll do a quick little demo and then we'll see what we can do together. So basically what you're going to do is bring the arms back. You're going to inhale up. You're going to bring your shoulder blades together just a little bit. And then on the exhale, you're going to bow your head around your shoulders, arch your back, and visualize that you're hugging a big ball. That's it. So I'd like to do 5 of those. So once you do one, you're going to kind of know what feels good for you. And if you have to come out of it, come out of it. Don't worry about it. Come back to mountain if you need to. So, shall we see what we can do together? So again, working on our spine, arms out. Let's go. Inhale up. And on the exhale, bow your head, round the shoulders, round your back, hug your big ball. Inhale up. Follow the rhythm of the breath. Breath in motion, meditation in motion. So really releasing, lengthening the spine, working, releasing upper back, beautiful stretch for the lower back, and you get a stretch for your chest and your belly, your abdominals when you're up here, and when you bow your head, really getting that lovely stretch, like you said, for your lower back and your spine. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Keep going. Inhale up. Let's do one more together. Inhale up. And exhale. When you finish your last position, you can put your hands on your lap if you want. Bring yourself up nice and slow. All right, good. Roll the shoulders out. Okay, so before we start working the lower part of the body, let's get into our child's pose. Let's take a little rest, and then we'll keep going. So what I need you to do now is to scooch up in your chair, and I need you to get your legs open nice and wide as you can get them. That's comfortable for you, of course. Wiggle around, make sure you're anchored. My chair's a bit squeaky here, and you should have a little bit of the chair right here. Legs are open again as wide as you can get them. Ankle and knees are nice and lined up. So when we get into this position, I always want you to do a little test. Put your hands on your knees. Lean forward, press down on your feet. Make sure you're anchored to the floor and you're anchored to the chair. This way you're nice and comfortable. You're not going to worry about slipping and sliding and things like that. So let's get back to the child's pose. I'm going to give you three ways to do this one. The deepest version is coming down and hanging out like this. Now, if you have high or low blood pressure or vertigo or anything like that, you might want to be careful with this one. I'm going to give you another way to do it. If this is better for you, try this. Just like this, just hang out. And if you prefer not to do any of those two, come here to mountain. Keep your legs where they are, just come to mountain and just relax and breathe. If that's better for you, just do that, all right? So, let's see what we can do together. Take your breath. And on the exhale, whatever you decide to do, just let it go. Let it all hang out. If you're in this version, or this version here, or the full version, let gravity pull everything down. Let it go. Child's pose Balasana is a resting place, a neutral place, and a wonderful full body stretch. So I want you to take this time to give yourself permission to relax and slow things down. A little peace and quiet for a while. Turn your brain off. No thoughts, no cares, no worries, no anxieties, no demands either. Just you. Just stepping away from everything, just for a little while. And just breathe. That's it. One more breath. Preparing to come back up very, very slowly. Push yourself up super slow so you don't get dizzy, all the way up very carefully. Perfect. Everybody okay? Roll the shoulders out. Roll them out gently. Okay, so while we're sitting like this, let's just continue on from here. Now, just sitting in this position, you're getting a gentle stretch for the inner thighs, the glutes, pelvic floor, groin area, and it's a gentle hip opener, just sitting like this and not even moving. But we're going to do a couple things from here before we go any further. So, the first one is called a goddess twist. So let me show you very quickly. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 different moves. I'll do a quick little demo and then we'll see what we can do together. So the first one is I'm going to rest my left forearm on my lap. All I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up, forward, and I'm going to reach. So I'm taking my right arm and I'm reaching right over my left knee. I'm going to pull. That's it. I'm going to reach out, pretend that you're touching the wall. That's all I'm doing. Then I'm going to come here. This is a demo, remember. Both hands on the knees. I'm going to lean forward. And I'm go as low as you can go. Back is straight, head level with the spine. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to reach. That's it. So that was a little quick demo. I hope you weren't doing that one. Let's do it together now. Roll the shoulders out, relax. Okay. And again, you don't have to overdo it. Just get into the position and decide if you want to go further or if you want to stay the way you are. So let's take that left forearm and I want you to rest it gently on your lap. You don't have to press down, very gentle. So I want you to reach up. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bring it so that it's lined up with the left knee. And then on the exhale, I want you just to reach. Keep your elbow and shoulder lined up if you can. If this bothers your shoulder, bring it down a bit if you need to. And look at the fingers, the right hand. Reach. Try to relax your shoulders. You can feel that beautiful stretch for the upper back and the shoulder. One more breath. Exhale. Come to straight spine. Both hands on the knees. We're going to do a little squat. On the exhale, lean forward. Now, here, press down on your feet. Keep your head level with your spine. Try not to bow your head and round your shoulders. You can look at the floor if you want. Go as low as comfortable. Feeling a nice stretch into the lower back, to the inner thighs. One more breath. Exhale. Push yourself up very slowly, nice and strong. All right, let's try this one here. So right forearm rested on your lap very gently. Are you ready? Let's go. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it. So left hand is right over the right knee and then right reach. Again, you don't have to go far. Keep the arms shoulder height. Bring it down a bit lower if it bothers your shoulders. Just visualize you're trying to touch the wall. Breathe. The right arm is resting gently on the right lap. There should be no pressure there. Reach. Feel that beautiful stretch. One more. Exhale, hand on the lap again. One more time for our lovely squat. Ready? Exhale, lean. Bend the elbows. You don't have to go far. Just relax, breathe. Lovely. One more breath. Exhale, push yourself up nice and strong. All right, that's it. Roll the shoulders out. Okay, so let's get those legs together now. All right, now you can sit back in your chair a little bit. Again, make sure you get a good half of your thigh off the chair. What I'd like you to do now is we're gonna get our feet off the floor. So we're gonna work some lower legs, ankles, and feet, toes. So again here, these moves, you can have your socks on. Probably a good idea to have your shoes off, because I like to work our toes, but if you want to keep your socks on or bare feet, that's up to you. If you really have to keep your shoes on, that's fine too. So that being said, feet off the floor, just get them slightly off the floor. Keep your back straight. You can put your hands on your lap, or you can hold on to the chair, whatever feels good for you. Make sure that you're always aware of your posture, of course. So we're going to work some ankles and feet. So all we're going to do, let me show you first. We're going to do a nice move called a plantar flexion. You're going to push it forward, you're going to bring it back. That's it. 4 times. Ready? Let's go. Inhale and back. Focus on what you're doing. Your ankles, your feet, your lower legs, your shoulders are relaxed, your hands are relaxed, your breath is flowing, you might even be smiling. Now let's focus on the ankles, the feet, the toes, the lower legs. You can feel maybe your shin, maybe your calf a little bit. And one more. So really focusing on the ankle though. Strengthening them, being aware of those lovely ankles. Now, when you finish your last move, whatever it is, I want you to put your feet on the floor. Let them land right here. Just don't move them, just put them right there. Let your knees fall open. Hands on the lap. And let's just rest. Breathe. If you want, you can bring your arms down to the side to mountain if you want. That's up to you, all right? Relax everything. Just let it go. Breathe. All right. Knees together, feet off the floor, and I want you to play a little piano with your toes now. Just wiggle them around. And with socks, you should be able to do it with socks a little bit too. I don't know about shoes, and if you want to round and wiggle the toes, really try to articulate those little toes, move them. If you want to add your hands too, you can do your hands at the same time. But really wiggle the toes, loosen up those tight blood vessels, the nerves in your feet, your toes, loosen them up. Perfect. All right. Feet down on the floor and walk them back. Now, ankle and knees are nice and lined up, and we're going to do some calf raises. So all we're going to do is come up on the balls of the feet and come all the way down. That's it, 4 times. Ready? Let's go. Inhale up and exhale. Remember, follow the rhythm of the breath. The breath is the same. It's long, it's smooth, and it's always complete. 2 more. Up. A little fire into those nice strong calves. Really focusing on strengthening, being aware of our feet, our ankles, our lower legs. Perfect. Now when you finish your last move, bring your heels down and just take a second, relax, okay? Now I'm going to do another move called the toe tap. Let me show you this one here. So this one's going to, what I'm going to do is I'd like you to go, I'm going to start with my right leg. On the tip of my toe, I'm going to come up and down, but onto the tip of the toe, okay? So this one here again is going to start working some of the bigger muscles into the quads, into the, your thigh here, the hip flexors, working some abdominals as well, some glutes, pelvic floor area, and lower back. So all of these muscles to help you lift that leg up, and a little bit of hip too. The hip flexors, like I said. So I'd like you to come just with the right leg to start. Go on the tip of your toes. You can put your hands wherever you want. Ready? And when you lift it up, just go as high as comfortable. Ready? Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Keep going. Inhale up. You should feel this one right away, right into here, into those bigger muscles. Like I said, our leg is very heavy, so it takes a lot of power. One more time, up. And then from here, put it down all the way, flat on the floor. Relax that thigh, let it go. Let's try the left one now. Make sure you hold on. I'm going to hold on to my lap and maybe the sides, a little bit of the chair here. Onto the left toe. Ready? Inhale up and down. And don't worry about how much you move or how little you move. It doesn't matter. Where you are is where you need to be. I want controlled, precise movements. That's why the breath is important. The breath is there to help you control your movements, but to guide you as well. One more time, up. And that's it. Bring it down, and you can relax. Perfect. That was nicely done. Roll the shoulders out. All right, so from here, we are going to do a nice little move called a Sufi roll. So I want you to put your hands on, you just put them on the end, like on your knees a little bit. So this one here is going to focus on the abdominals, the obliques, the muscles in your lower back. So let me show you very quickly. What I'm going to do is I want you to inhale, press the chest forward, and you're going to exhale as you roll, little half circle to straight spine. That's it. We're going to do 4 on one side, stop, and do 4 on the other side. All right, so again, once you do one, you're going to know what feels the best for you. If you want to go a little bit further, or maybe just move a little bit. Ready? Inhale, press the chest forward. Exhale as you roll to the left. You're going to exhale yourself to straight spine. Keep going. Inhale. Don't move too much if it's going to make you dizzy. Just do a little circle, half circle, that's all. Let your abdominals do all the work. This is working your spine a bit as well. Relax your shoulders. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming to center. Take a second, relax. Let's go to the right. Ready? Inhale. And just roll. And I want you to pay attention to how your arms feel right now. As you're doing this, keep going. Your hands, your fingers, your shoulders are so relaxed right now. They're completely limp. Again, inhale. We're going to the right now. And roll. And one more time. And up. And that's it. Slowly. Lovely. Little Sufi roll. Roll the shoulders out if you need to. Okay, let's do one more. We're getting there. So now let's focus on our hips, the muscles around the hip. So what I need you to do is scooch up in your chair a little bit. All right? So again, I need about a good portion of your thigh off the chair. Make sure you're anchored, wiggle around, you're nice and stuck to the chair. So we're going to do here, let me show you quickly. So now we're going to do, you're going to bring your foot up, you're going to open, you're going to stretch, bend, and close. All right? That's it. So again, you don't have to get your leg way off the chair. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Even if you just get it a little bit, just enough so that you have movement. You can slide it around a little bit, okay? So again here, now we're going to be focusing on all the muscles around the hip, all right? So if you have issues with your hip or a new hip or anything or any grief, just go as far as come. You don't have to whip your leg out too far, even if it's just a bit. Find a place that you can manage. And then all what you do is we're going to stretch it out, bend, and come back to center. I'd like to do it 4 times. We're going to stop and then work on the other side. Even if you do 1 or 2 and you think, I'm done, put your foot on the floor and relax. Just do what you can manage comfortably, of course. So hang on. I'm going to hang on to my left knee and I'm going to hold on maybe to this little bit of the chair here so that I'm anchored. All right, so right foot off the floor. Ready? Let's go. Inhale, open. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, bend. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale, open. Exhale. Getting there. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Close. Now, 1 more. If you're still with me. Inhale. This one you should feel. It's very gentle, but it's a pretty deep stretch and relax. I feel it. I do this all the time, and it feels really good. Hopefully. But you can really feel it. So relax the right leg. Let's try this one here. So wiggle around. Make sure you're comfortable. Hold on to the lap. Make sure you hold on to the chair. Always make sure you hold on to something that you're anchored and you're braced so that you can focus on what you're doing. You're not worried about wobbling around. And ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Just relax. Concentrate on what you're doing. Be very aware of how your knee feels too. Very gentle. Now, the next time, 1 more time. And that's it. Put it down. There we go. Relax the left leg. Now let it go. All right, so let's get back to child's pose now. So if you can, scooch up in your chair a bit. Get those legs open nice and wide. Make sure your ankle and knees are nice and lined up so that when you do your test, you're not going anywhere. So let's try the child's pose again. See how you feel now. You can choose the full version, the modified version, or if you want, you don't have to do it. You can just come here in the mountain and hang out here. So, shall we see what we can do together? Take your breath and exhale. And just let gravity pull everything down. Just rest and breathe. We'll stay here for a few breaths to absorb the benefit of our practice so far. Now, while you're here, I want you to, let's recognize and release the tension that we hold in our face. I want you to squeeze your face, scrunch it up as tight as you can. Make a funny face if you want. Squeeze it, hold it. Now let it go. Relax your facial muscles. Push the tension through your body, right out your feet into the ground. One more breath. On the exhale, prepare to come back up very slowly, super slow, reversing the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. All right, lovely. And let's get those legs together. Now I want you to sit back in your chair. Now we're going to prepare for our closing Savasana, meditation, relaxation, reflection time, however you choose to bring this into your practice today. Now at this point, now you can finally sit back in your chair. Now I want you to cuddle into your chair. You can relax your legs, relax your arms. I want you to find a place in your chair where you can rest comfortably. You don't have to move anymore. No more moving. Just rest. Close your eyes if you like. And I really want you to focus on the sensations of the breath. If you feel that you've lost track of your breath, see if you can get it going again. Slow it down. Feel the breath. The breath is calming, it's soothing, it's balancing, and it's so cleansing. All right? Close your eyes and just breathe. And now that we're resting in Savasana, let's take a minute to thank ourselves for our practice today, to scan our body and our mind for any remaining tension. Let's let compassion melt away that tension into our chair. Let's take a minute to absorb the benefit of our practice by exploring our body and its weight on the chair, breathing deeply and feeling our body getting heavier and heavier with each exhalation. Keep your eyes relaxed. Feel no tension on your forehead and reach for that inner smile. You know that one that brings you joy when you think of someone, somewhere, of something that made you happy? Inside, those are the times that we visit the past. Remember the times where we felt peace and all that was well. Revisiting times where we felt strong and peaceful and when we knew that all that was happening was just the way it was supposed to be, is a tool that brings peace within and without, meaning it's still there even if it's not. That is meditation. Imagine that an inner smile being meditative. It is because it's a tool of recognition and appreciation of what is. Always welcome any situation in your life that brings you a smile so you can access it within when you need it the most. And finally, let's take a couple of minutes to embrace the silence in our mind and in our space. Find that place within yourself that speaks to you, the stillness that holds the proper questions and all of the answers, the truth and our identity. And one last note, meditation is not about controlling your thoughts, it's about not letting them control you. Sat Nam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the bells, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Slowly bring yourself back into the room, back into your space. If you'd like to bring life back to your body, wriggle your fingers and toes if you want. It's all good. Now I'd like you to sit up in your chair nice and tall, again being aware of your posture. Let's bring our hands together, rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center, close your eyes, and let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. One more big breath. Peace, peace, with love and light be with you always. Namaste. Okay, perfect. We're all done. So that was lovely. I hope you enjoyed that. So it's just very gentle stretches. You know, this can be done anywhere, anytime, by anyone in any kind of chair. So remember, when you're sitting around, you know, sometimes we sit around a little bit longer than we should be. Even traveling, you know, do some moves. Move your fingers, roll your ankles, roll the shoulders, do some little stretches. It's so good for you. It's not even funny. So I want you to take it easy. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, my name is Susan, and we will be going back to our normal summer program at the complex that I work in second week in August pretty well. So we're slowly get back into the swing of things. So thanks again for joining me, and get outside, get some sun on your face, of course, put your sunscreen on, and find some things that make you happy. Go play outside. Thanks again, we'll see you soon.